MCs, or what we call professional hosts, are MCs simply because back then, weddings were pretty straightforward. Well, not anymore. That's why nowadays it has become a necessity. Yes, a necessity to hire professional MCs simply because of the complexities of weddings, the rigid timeline that has to be followed, at the same time, the long list of plans that the bride and the groom have for their wedding. So today on my vlog, I will be sharing with you what exactly you're paying for when you hire a professional MC. Just like a pilot, MCs are the unsung hero of the wedding program itself. When you take a plane and you reach your destination safely, you don't go tapping the pilot and saying, "Thanks, pilot, for keeping me safe." But instead, you just simply go on with your life. But when you encounter turbulence that you almost get a heart attack or really get motion sickness, get dizzy, you would definitely be cursing the pilot and say, "He's a terrible pilot." Same thing for events. As the MC, we're like the pilot, and the event itself is the plane ride. So if you encounter problems, that's when you remember us. But if you have a smooth, positive, and fun-filled experience, we as the MC do not really expect you to say thank you so much for a job well done. Why? Because simply it is our responsibility. First, you are paying for our credibility. Well, credibility as defined by dictionary.com is the state of being believable, the capability of being trusted. And we all know that trust is a big word. And yes, it is truly a challenge to maintain our credibility because we have to do a lot of things. Like what? Firstly, we maintain a very active social media page, our Facebook page, our Instagram account, Twitter if applicable, just to make sure that everyone has visibility on our projects. Next, we register our business in applicable government agencies such as DTI as well as BIR. Also, we maintain a website, and more importantly, our Facebook pages are completely open to tons of reviews that any of our previous clients can make at a blink of an eye. Because that's how confident we are with the type of services that we have offered our past clients. So if you would say it's easy to maintain credibility, well, it's not, because we have to completely separate our personal life from our professional life. So basically, credibility has something to do with my capability, our capability of being trusted. So, we have to completely separate our personal life from our professional life. What do I mean by that? Let's say we're not feeling well, or we're going through hard times, we're heartbroken. Well, we wouldn't let that affect our job. Instead, we will remain professionals. Because in order to maintain credibility, we have to act like a professional every single time. Of couples having issues between expectation versus reality. So, we professional MCs turn your expectations into a reality by serving as your voice. Since we have a microphone, the superpower to be heard, everything that you would like to say to your guests, everything or every message that you would like to convey are really delivered successfully to all your friends and family. So, if you would like them to use an official hashtag, we got your back. If you would like to promote certain suppliers, such as your mobile bar, your photo booth, your photographers, or videos that you have prepared for the occasion, we got your back. We didn't just simply wake up and then all of a sudden we knew how to host. It took years of education, training, experience, and exposure to different kinds of concerns in an event. So when you hire a professional MC, problems are anticipated even before they take place. Thus, we can take a preventive approach to make sure that your plans are executed the best way possible. And in the light that we really have to deal with problems or concerns on your wedding day, well, since you hired experts, we got your back. We're gonna make sure that we get to troubleshoot with grace, with poise, making sure that even though we're actually addressing an issue, it wouldn't be obvious. In my case, I used to be a professional trainer. Not the trainer at the gym, but a trainer of adults teaching customer service and English communication. Thankfully, I was able to apply that in my profession as an MC. Also, being a registered nurse by profession, I was able to develop my people person side. You know, that side of me that knows how to truly relate to others, empathize, and genuinely interact with people. Also, more importantly, I learned how to work under extreme pressure. Because everyone, events may seem easy, but it's one of the most toxic jobs in the world. To all brides and grooms out there, no matter how much you've spent on your wedding gown, your caterer, your event styling, your florist, your cake, no matter how much you've spent, well, people will eventually forget that. But one thing's inevitable. People will never forget how they felt, the emotions that they've had on your wedding day. That's why creating positive memories has been a must in every wedding reception. That's the reason why we professional MCs really bank on making sure that we give everyone a positive, fun-filled, and exciting experience on your wedding reception. How? Well, we make sure that we have games or exciting activities on your program. We make sure that we share your love story the best way possible, and more. Well, basically, hiring a professional host would guarantee that everyone wouldn't have a dull moment on your wedding reception. You're also paying a professional MC to be the best representation of you and your partner. Yes, it is our goal to represent you the best way possible. How we walk, how we talk and communicate, how we carry ourselves, and how we dress. It is all a representation of the bride and the groom. Just like the bride's selection of her gown. Her gown completely represents and symbolizes herself and her personality. The couple's selection of the wedding venue. Just like those things, your MC represent you. That's why we really invest a lot on grooming ourselves, on our clothing, on training ourselves to better our skills when it comes to hosting, because really, we are a mirror of you. Just like in my case, I have about 30 gowns at home, and honestly, that isn't enough. I invest on high-end makeup because drugstore makeup would easily wear off. What else do I do? Basically, I do my research, I read, I talk to myself in front of the mirror because I want to make sure that when I present myself to your guests, your friends and family, I would be able to represent you the best way possible. It may sound so simple, yet if you come to think of it, what's going to happen to the program or the reception if the MC is late? So, as simple as it sounds, you are paying us to be on time so that every plan that you have, your rigid timeline, will be followed accordingly. That's the reason why some hosts invest on their Uber or Grab ride. Others hire a personal driver. Others, like me, I hire my husband to be my driver and my personal assistant, and we have invested on a car just to make sure that every single time that we have an event or I have an event, I will be there on time. Well, how would would it be possible for me to do this and vlog on my venue if I wasn't early, right? For us MCs, it is a big no-no to be late. Just like what I've said earlier, since there's a rigid timeline, imagine if we're an hour late. Well, it means that everything else will be an hour late. That's why we make sure that we are at the venue 1, 2, or even 3 hours before the start time of the program. So if you're having second thoughts of whether or not to hire a professional MC, I hope my vlog made you realize how important it is to have one. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on my next one.